So regarding customer benefits generated by the digital shower experience, Hansgrohe have developed census scenarios that turn showering into an individual experience with multisensory experiences as light, hearing, smell, and touch. The concept of the digital shower for users is that showers becomes an holistic experience, a sensus experience, water, video, sound, light, and aroma, combining to create a harmonious interplay, turning shower into a wellness experience, easy to use by using on a smartphone and the Hansgrohe home app that is manually or automatically customizable and allows to select a scenario to experience into the shower. For instance, to create a relaxing effect or some soothing recuperation after exercise, depending on the user's mood and time. Thank you, and Anaita will continue with task number 2.
Thank you, Maria. Here we have a cognitive walkthrough which explains what happens during a digital showering experience. Actually, we need to use a cognitive walkthrough to explain a series of activities done by the system and the user to find out how digital showering experience can or should address the customer's benefit, and also to help us find the most important component or activity to be protected by IP rights. The experience, the digital showering experience commences with the user's communication of intention to shower to the system, and then selection of a showering scenario among those proposals made by the system, and it continues with adaptation and transmission of showering scenario to the devices installed in the bathroom, and preparation of the bathroom for showering, and then communication of readiness to the user. And we have the performance of the sequence of what happens during the showering, and at the end the system prepares and documents results of users experience. And then in the next slide, Rodina will explain the most important customer benefit to be protected by IP rights.
Okay, thank you, Anahita. Okay, for application scenario of digital showering experience, we can see a chart here wherein on the left side of it shows the customer benefits, and it shows which among these customer benefits got the highest scores, such as changing everyday activity into well-being, beneficial for users' health, and holistic experience, whole body and all senses. So these three are the most relevant benefits which can influence customers' decision. So also in this chart, we can see the customer benefits being plotted against the process steps in the cognitive walkthrough. So in this chart, the customer benefits are assigned to each of the process steps, and this shows which process steps the customer benefits are generated. So among the process steps, the steps which got the highest scores are making proposals for a suitable showering scenario and adopting selected showering scenario. And if we are to prioritize which step gets the most customer benefit, we choose the step of adopting selected showering scenario. And this step is considered to be the most important for generating the customer benefits among the process steps in the cognitive walkthrough. So I'll turn you over now to my colleague.
This incredible showering system offer the last stage technology to users. No? The user among its main features, we can find dual manual and automatic system that allow the user to save setting and the data for daily use, such as water flow, water temperature, and amount of water to use, for example. In addition, it has very special and unique features such as a sound box, an HMI system that is a system that basically allows people to communicate with the machine in a certain way. We have a touch screen to improve the experience of the user, alarm, and the possibility to turn the device on and off autonomously. And a unique and powerful shower system for the home, for the home, with all the features that the latest generation technology offers, and the showering features, for example, a smart home sensor, fragrance relays, control, turning on, soundbox, heating, bathroom feeding, showering data model, air lake, movie screen, HMI. The next slide, Russell.
Thank you, Rodrigo. So, having identified the various system components, we can then group these to consider the way in which the data can be obtained to create virtual models by thinking of our sources, and then the way in which the data can be used in virtual models and used to create effects in the real world, so the conversion. This allows us to consider what further data we might need during the conversion process, or perhaps what data we have managed to obtain in the source, which we are not using, and allow us to feed back as we build models as to the way in which the data and the models can be utilized to then generate the different shower scenarios in the output. With this organization structure, we can start to consider, using the future scenarios, the intellectual property that we might like to develop, considering the hardware, for example, the sensors or the effectors with the lighting, heating, movie screens, etc., and the control mechanisms through the software that would aid the individual shower experiences. It also allows us to consider third-party intellectual property rights during this process and make any modifications as we build our models and consider our outputs. Having undertaken that process, then we can generate the outputs which are aligned with business models and start to create brands around it.
Thanks, Russell. So we are having here a patent which is quite representative to the system which got described. This digital US patent teaches a smart control of interconnected shower output devices. It covers both a cyber-physical system of a programmable shower interface, as well as a method to receive and process user inputs and display and control the shower output devices. This patent was filed in 2011 and got granted in 2015 and consists of 16 claims and 14 figures. 9 claims cover the system with 1 main claim, and 7 claims cover the method under 1 main claim. I will hand over to my colleague for the next slide.
Thank you, Christian. So now we will try to apply the described patent to the system structure, which was represented by Russell. So on the source side, we have the external control device, which was patented, as well as human-machine interface, which provides graphical representation and allows the user change the settings. So the user can adjust the parameters of the showering experience, which are like the temperature, water flow, as well as its physical orientation. By receiving this data from the user input, the system controls water release, which results at the end in the individualized showering experience according to the user's needs, preferences, mood, etc. Which is actually at the end the core goal of the Hansgrohe company. So in this way, we can see how the patent protects this use case. And yeah, now my colleague will move to the other system elements.
Thanks, Natalia. On top of the controlling the water releasing, there are more elements need to be controlled in order to pursue the outstanding experience of showering. The other functions like massage or environment simulation are also critical factors to offer to our customers. So it's equally important to controlling the heating operators, airflow, and water flow patterns. So according to this, some scenarios will be embedded into the software, which can be purchased supplementary according to the preference of the customers. The simulation model can be at the sea beach or the forest with the data collected from the real sense with the sound and airflow simulation based on the choice of the user. And the controlling system can well receive the commands collected from the end operators of the user. For instance, it can be a mobile phone to generate the corresponding commands to go to the hardware part to generate a certain degree of temperature, the duration and the intensity of the water, extra.